Good evening, everyone. I hope you all had a most blessed day. It's time for your daily Bible verse, and today we're going to read Exodus chapter 3, verse 14. God said to Moses, I am who I am. This is what you are to say to the Israelites. I am has sent me to you. So, what we have here, this is when the Lord appears to Moses in the burning bush, He's talking with Moses, Moses is a little afraid, a little shy, sheepish, whatever you want to call it. He's definitely shocked by it, He doesn't think he's worthy to be sent by the Lord, to be used by the Lord because of his speech problem. He's worrying about that, and he's worrying what the Israelites are going to say about it. And may I just say, we have a big problem, when God calls us to things. That's one of our biggest problems. We worry, well, what's everybody else going to think of it? Well, we need to do our best to be focused on his work, I understand. I've been there, done that too, but, the more we focus on God and his work and his plan, the less we're going to be worried what people think. It's not going to matter, in fact, So, but what's happening here is, the Lord's telling him, Moses asks, he's like, who should I tell them sent me, and the Lord's telling Moses, he's saying, I am who I am. He's like, this is what you are to say to the Israelites. I am has sent me to you. And let me just say, his name is still this name to the very day that we live in now. He still is that today, just as much as he was back then, He still is the great I am. In Revelation, he says, I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end, So the Lord is still the great I am, He's still the great I am. He's with us. He'll never leave us, never forsake us, just like he delivered his children from bondage out of Egypt. He will deliver his children out of bondage in this sick, twisted, dark, corrupt world. He will. Don't you lose faith in him. I know these are dark times we're living in. But remember, God has a plan, and this is all part of a grand plan. What you see going on right now, it's all going to work out in the end. So please never forget that, But yeah, this also puts God's name in authority. I am. What a great name of authority he is. You have a blessed night. Jesus loves you.